Welcome to Tommy's Reptiles, a channel dedicated to all things reptiles, where I create content showing my pet reptiles, reptiles in the wild, and my reptile DIY projects. Last week, I set up this 32-gallon enclosure. This will be a temporary enclosure for a baby green tree monitor. This is an Advinci enclosure, which is a new enclosure company. The assembly was pretty straightforward and very easy. I did put the doors on wrong though. For today's video, we're going to escape this enclosure, so we'll start by removing the doors. Now we're going to take the enclosure off the table and lay it on its back. I'm going to add this jungle background to the top side of the back of this enclosure. And I'll be using super glue to stick it on there. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm going to silicone cork panels to the rest of the background and the sides, because green tree monitors are arboreal and they love to climb, so this will give them plenty of surface to climb on. It's like a puzzle, you just have to keep breaking pieces off and make sure they fit, and then you silicone them right in. Next, on the back of the enclosure, I'm going to add this birdhouse. This will give the baby green tree monitor a place to hide and a place to relax. I let the silicone dry for about an hour. Now I'm going to start working on the sides. Adding this branch was a mistake that I didn't even think about, and you'll see why in a minute. I let that side dry for about an hour, and now it's time to do the last side of the enclosure. Now I'll point out that mistake right here. I got confused because I kept flipping the enclosure around, and I realized that I siliconed it to the door, so I had to remove that branch, so the door could open. Now onto the substrate. First, I'm going to add a layer of Reptisoil. Then a layer of this forest floor natural cypress mulch. I'm also going to add some real plants. This one is called a snake plant. I like keeping real plants in my monitor enclosures because it gives them more stimulus, more things to smell. And this one is, I think, called sleepy bamboo. I did some research and they are apparently both reptile safe according to the internet. But either way, tree monitors don't really eat plants, so nothing to worry about here. Next, I'm going to add some more climbs and hides. I'll add this stick right here on the left side of the enclosure, along with this fake hollowed out birch log. Then I'll slide this piece of cork over part of the branch. And I'm going to wedge a piece of cork right here in front of the snake plant so it doesn't fall over. Next, I'm going to add the lighting. I have to go get a T5 bar, but for now, I'm going to use this Arcadia bulb for the heat and use the UVB from the kit. Here's the finished product of how my enclosure turned out. I will definitely be adding way more branches in here, but this is good for now. I'm going to leave the lights running so I can get running temperatures on the basking spots, on the ambient temperature in the bottom of the enclosure, and make sure they're dialed in. One more cool thing that I want to show you guys is the little door on the birdhouse opens to a window that you can remove, but it's cool because I can check on my monitor if he's in there for a while, make sure he's okay. I'm going to add some substrate in there as well. Thank you for watching Tommy's Reptiles.